Welcome back to another Minetest mod review. Today we are looking at the Mese Portals mod, which, as you see in front of us here, I have constructed, by which I mean I grabbed one out of creative inventory. And there's also some, I forget what these things are called, portal controllers. Portal controllers that I've put conveniently on this little wall over here so I can control them, because, yeah, otherwise can get a little difficult. So let's start with looking at some of the craft recipes here. So we have the Mese portal itself. That's the main structure right behind the inventory screen here. And that is crafted with a handful of encased magnetic field coils and tesseract crystals. I'm probably completely butchering the enunciation there. Yeah, and so then of course we need those. The coil here is done with some obsidian, Mese blocks, and lava. And the crystal doodad thing is diamond, Mese crystals, and some more obsidian. And then the portal controller is just done with the crystal here and obsidian glass. Technically, you don't necessarily have to have a portal controller, but yeah, it makes things kind of much easier to do things with. So we'll start with placing a new one someplace. Let's hope I land in deep enough water and don't die. Nice, no damage. Interesting. Okay. There's a possibility that damage might be turned off. I'm not sure. I could see myself of having turned that off. I want to get up on the beach over here. I think I can do that, right? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. See, and this is why we need a portal, because I always have to do all this traveling, and that's way too much work. I'm going to put in this nice field here on this little elevated. Nah, you know what? Let's just put it here. So we have it here on the beach. Now, I believe if you sneak plus place, it's buried. So that's just a normal right click to place it. But if we hold down the sneak key and place it, it sets it interesting. I can't dig that. It sets it, I think, one node in the ground, which pretty much makes it walking height, which, you know, kind of works. Of course, you could always do this to build a structure runed butte, and then put you know, a stairway coming up to it or something. Obviously you have empty space there, which you don't have on this. Whatever, it's up to you how you want to do it. Doesn't really make too much of a difference. We have a handful of things we can change here. We can give it a name. We're going to call this beach underscore sub because it's submerged. I could have done without an underscore as well. You can change these from public to private. I am in single player, so we're not going to see any difference here. Public, my understanding is anybody can travel to the portal, whereas a private's only the placer could travel to it. We can filter destinations, which would be either all destinations or only our own destinations. If we had a lot of destinations, we can toggle back and forth between them using the arrows here. Of course, we don't currently. And then we can search if you also had a lot. I don't know why that didn't pull it up, though. Okay, well, do I need to? Okay, so I'm not sure why that doesn't pull up. Is it case sensitive, maybe? Oops. Don't hit enter, it'll just close it. Okay, it's case sensitive. Also, you lose your names if you don't click the check mark down there. So you have to do the check mark here and then the check mark here. And now it has its name saved. So these are our available destinations. So we can click on any one of those and it'll link this portal up to that location. So I believe Evergreens was the one up on the hill. So we now have wherever that one was. There we go. Okay, I can see it now. So these two are linked together. And let's go ahead and we'll just call this one. I mean, it doesn't really technically need a name. I don't know what this A here is. Oh, that means active. Duh. All right, so we're going to go ahead and connect this one up to the forest. So that's connected to the forest. This is connected to the... Oh, that's interesting. So the destination here is a private portal. But those both say public. Did I make the Evergreens a private? Interesting. Well, let's go ahead and walk right through it. We are now up at the Evergreens. Ah, it is private. That's why. Okay. So now, what we actually want to do is go back there and then go over to this one, which will take us to the forest. Yay, we just got out at the forest. Woohoo. I don't have any controllers here, so we're going to go ahead and disconnect this from testing because we don't want to go back to where we just came from. We want to go to the Evergreens. So we'll go ahead and select Evergreens, click the check mark, and we get a helpful chat message. Connection failed. The destination portal is busy. So we can't go to the Evergreens because that's already linked up to another portal. We also couldn't go to beach_sub because that's linked to another portal. So what we have to do is go to one that's not currently active. So we can either go to the lake or we can go to testing. I'm going to go ahead and go to the lake. Because we haven't been there before. Yay, we're at the lake. Woohoo. But see, we still aren't where we want to be. So what we need to do is... Well, I could have just done it from there too. Go back to our testing here. All right, so now we can jump over to testing, and then we can run over here. And this is kind of a big hassle, right? Because once one's connected, you can only disconnect it from one of the pair. Unless you have... what were these called again? The portal controllers. So I have 3 portal controllers here. Unfortunately, they don't give info texts on hover, which I think is kind of annoying. But you can right-click on it, and it'll pull up the information about it. So this is the lake. This one's the forest. And this one is the Evergreens. I don't have the other, so you know what? Let's go ahead and come over here to the beach. We're going to grab a controller for beach sub. So you just take a crafted controller here, right-click on it, and that'll link it up. So now this is connected. And we're going to go ahead and put that on our control wall. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this or throw it in there or whatever right away. So now we can look at this and say, okay, what is this? This is the forest, which is not where I'm at, and it's connected to testing. We're going to disconnect that. So if we look down over there, yeah, you can just barely make out. There we go. That is not connected. We can see this one still is connected. It's connected to the Evergreen here, but we'll go ahead and beach sub. We are going to disconnect from Evergreen. Save that. We'll see that the Evergreen portal is now disconnected. And you can't really see it. No, a little bit right there. But it's disconnected as well. And I think that means I've got them all disconnected, right? Yeah. Okay. So now what we can do is connect this up to anything. So we were just over at the forest is where we came from, right? Yeah, we were just in the forest. And we got to the forest from the lake. So while we can clear it out right here, if the lake was still connected to testing or whatever, if it was connected to another portal, I couldn't use this portal to get to the lake. I would have to, get to another portal. If I didn't have these control panels here, I have the control panel so I can manually disconnect it. So I can also from here, I can say I want my forest connected to testing. And now over there, that is hooked up to wherever the forest was at, which I don't actually know where directionally that is from here. And the evergreens, well, that's right here. I can hook this back up to the lake and make a connection there. And now everything I have should be connected. Oh, no, wait. Beach sub isn't. I only have 4 portals, though, so I can't connect to anything. And that is how you go from one place to another. And if I wanted to get to the forest, well, I can't because it's connected to something else. So I would need to have that control panel so I could disconnect it. So maybe this evergreen shouldn't really be considered evergreen. Of course, we can't get there either because it's busy, but maybe that should be considered, what do you call that? Portal hub or something. That's the location we want to get to so we can manipulate our different portals without having to travel back and forth manually between them. Where is this going? This is going to forest. Yeah, but see, I don't want to be in the forest. I want to be at evergreen. Nothing links to evergreen. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now we broke it. But we actually didn't, because I can disconnect this. I can disconnect that from forest, and I can connect it to evergreen because evergreen currently doesn't have anything hooked up to it. And now I can get up here, and I can turn them all off so that they're all available. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty cool. If you stare into the abyss, it might put you into like a hypnotic trance, and it may give you, I don't know, either great ideas or horrible ideas, one or the other. I can't make any guarantees as to what will happen if you stare into it, so proceed at your own risk. That's the mod. Links are all on my website, which is linked down in the video description as always. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.